Welcome everyone. Happy Wednesday. I'm here with a travel business Q&A. It is 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Wednesday, right? So I have about a full hour with you guys where I could share information about the travel agent business. The reason why I'm going live is because I want to address some of the most frequently asked questions that I get on a weekly basis in my inbox, right? So let me just go ahead and take care of this really quickly. Okay, perfect. So I'm here and I'm live on Facebook. It's been so long. And I'm also live on TikTok. Okay. So I'm going to do a quick introduction of myself before I get started. For those of you who may not know me, if you've never seen me before, or maybe if you've seen me on your timeline, but you're like, who is this girl? Who is she? My name is Ariel. I work as a full-time 911 operator. I'm also a 911 trainer. I'm also a full-time student as well. But most importantly, why I'm here is because I coach and train travel business owner. And I'm also a travel business owner myself. I got started with my travel agent business back in 2019. Y'all, so 7 whole years ago. February is actually my anniversary month. I got started 7 years ago this month, right? And I'm super excited about helping and coaching and training the next travel business owners. In fact, every single week, I help 3 individuals get their travel agent business started. So if you happen to scroll up on my live, this was not by mistake. I want you to stay locked in, stay tuned for the next hour or so. I'm going to be answering some of the most frequently asked questions. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments, whether you're on Facebook or you're on TikTok. Now, number 1, I want to say people won't actually think this, but this is actually one of the most frequently asked questions, and it's actually one of the most heartbreaking ones. Maybe I should look at it from a positive light, but I actually have to turn away so many people from the travel agent business opportunity in my inbox on a weekly basis. And here's one of the reasons. So I am partnered with a host agency. That's the way I started my travel agent business, where I was able to come in and get my credentials right away, pay an enrollment fee, and have all of the support and resources at my fingertips to be able to book travel right away. And we are present in 20 plus countries worldwide. But guess what? Y'all, every single week, literally about 5 minutes before I came live, I had to tell a young lady, she actually resides in St. Lucia, and she was looking to get started. St. Lucia and Antigua, oh my gosh, every single day I have to turn people away. So one of the most frequently asked questions is people want to know where are the eligible countries? Where can I do this opportunity from, right? So some of the eligible countries will be, of course, the United States. So any city within the United States. We have the United Kingdom. Some of the Caribbean islands would be Jamaica, Trinidad, Barbados, Dominican Republic, even St. Kitts and Nevis, y'all, the British Virgin Islands, Tortola. So there's an entire list of countries, right? So if you're from any of these locations, you want to take advantage of this opportunity, go ahead and do so, because I have people in my inbox from Antigua and St. Lucia every single week asking me, how can they get started? I'm interested. I want something where I'm able to control my own time, work from anywhere, be my own boss. But unfortunately, Antigua is not on the list. St. Lucia is not on the list. So to everyone else, one of the other questions I get asked really frequently is, how can I get started? It's really simple. Right? It's really simple. All you have to do is go to travelagentworkshop.com. It is literally all over my page, right? So it's in my profile. It's probably in the comments for all of my posts. You go to travelagentworkshop.com. You use my access code. Now, this access code is going to make everything free for you. This access code is Ariel268. The same way my name is spelled in all of my profile, with just 268 at the end, because rep Antigua, of course. And that will give you access. Now, when you do receive access, what are you going to actually get from this workshop? Now, this workshop is going to break down the travel agent business in detail for you. And for those of you who are like, well, I just want to get started, if you're like me, right? I don't like watching videos. I don't like tutorials. I'm a doer. So I like to jump in, take charge, and see if it works out, right? So for those of you who are looking to just get started, you'll also receive enrollment instructions this way as well. Now, one of the other questions that I get a lot is, what are the requirements? I hate saying there are no requirements, but there really isn't, right? You don't have to have any prior experience. You don't have to go to school, right? That's not necessary because all of the coaching and training that you need would be included once you enroll. So I would say the only requirement that's there is the enrollment fee, right? It's that simple. If you're able to pay the enrollment fee and get started, you can get started today, right? So that's the only requirement. And then just to follow that up, if I'm telling you about an enrollment fee, how much does it cost to get started? Well, it costs the same today as it cost me 7 whole years ago, right? It is $199.90 to get your travel agent business started. But wait, let me break the price down for you, right? I want to make this as simple so that everybody can understand. In order to become a travel business owner, independent travel advisor, right? It only costs $179.99 to get started. A lot of people exercise their right to just become a travel business owner, and what that looks like is the only way that they get paid is from booking travel. That's it. It's really simple. If you don't know this already, commission is already built into all of the prices that you're seeing online. So when you become a travel business owner, you position yourself to be the person earning that commission, right? So if you wanted to become a travel business owner and that's all that you wanted to do, right? Let's say you wanted to become a Jamaica specialist. Let's say you wanted to become an Antigua specialist, or you wanted to specialize in groups, or you want to work with birthday trips, you want to do anniversary trips, right? Whatever it is that you decide that you want to do, you could do so for $179.99. Right? Now, somebody's probably like, well, I'm confused because why did you say, first you said 200 and now you're saying 179. So what is it? Well, 179 is what you pay if you want to be a travel agent only, right? But some people like adding the extra layer to it, right? Some of us, like myself, we like helping other people get their travel agent business started. I'm going to get into a little story time. I know this is Q&A, but I have to share this, right? Some people like helping other people get started, and that is where that extra $19.99 comes in, right? So $179 to get your travel agent business started. And if you want to become a marketing rep, which is a total separate business, right? That's what takes it to $199. So $199, you have access to 2 online businesses where you get to be your own boss. No prior experience is needed. Why? Because coaching and training is available. Now, quick story time, a part of my Q&A. I have to share this, right? So y'all stay locked in. I see you guys over here on TikTok. Thank you so much for the love. Hey, Janelle. And I see you guys over here on TikTok as well. Hey, Jacinta. So when I first became a travel business owner, I had literally no interest in helping anyone get their travel agent business started. Why? I don't know. And I don't know if it was because I was selfish or because I was just tunnel vision. I knew that I was already out here booking travel for fun and for free. I was already helping my family members book travel. I was already helping my friends. I was giving recommendations to strangers online. So it just made sense to me to get my travel business started. So when I first started, why my mom is calling me? Somebody tell my mom I'm online. So when I got started, I had no interest in helping anyone get started because first I thought, well, I'm just getting in here. Like, I know how to book travel. I'm already comfortable doing that, but I'm not a coach. Like, I need to figure out what I'm doing first before I try to teach somebody else. Like, there were so many things in my mind, and I was like, listen, no, I just want to focus on booking travel. But what I learned over the first 2 years, because I started in 2019 and I started helping people about 2021, 2022, right? What I learned was that people were going to choose how they wanted to do business with me. So before I became a travel agent, I've never, ever used a travel agent, ever. I never needed assistance booking travel because I was already comfortable doing it. In fact, it was actually fun for me to go and do my own research, to find my flights. Like when you talk about merging one-way flights and finding different routes and getting the best flight deal, me, present please. When you talk about having multiple travel apps, when I talk about Kayak, Priceline, Booking.com, Orbitz, all of these apps I had on my phone, right? And what I used to do, I used to ping pong in between all of these apps to find myself the best deal. And as I would do that, I'm researching the hotels, right? I'm reading. Yeah, I love going through reviews, right? I look through the reviews. I don't know about you, but I go straight to the negatives, right? I go to the negatives first, right? And then I go and I look at the ratio between the negatives and the positives. Like, I love it. It's a whole thing for me, right? I'm from that era where I used to actually go on YouTube and watch these hour-long vlogs. I mean, nowadays we have TikTok, right? So with TikTok, you have a lot of videos, a lot of people giving their perspective, which I love. But I'm also from an era of watching these hour-long vlogs. So I never thought to or wanted to use a travel agent because I was already comfortable doing it myself, right? Now, when I started my travel agent business, no brainer, the price is already built in. So if I'm over here giving you recommendations for a resort in Jamaica or Antigua or St. Lucia or wherever, and there's commission attached, now it's not costing you anything more. When you go on their website, the same price that you see on their website is the same price that I could book with my supplier, or using my credentials, it's the same price I could book it. So it's not costing you anymore. So you mean to tell me that there's a couple $100 built into this commission? I'm over here recommending all these resorts to you. You're going online, booking this trip, and the resort is keeping that money? That didn't sit right with me. But anyway, I got my travel agent business started, and I realized that, you know what? You have a lot of people coming to you asking you, what's the name of that resort? That travel deal that you just posted. You just posted a travel deal to Jamaica. We got all-inclusive resort, swim out, suite, ocean, walkout, right? You got butler service, all this good stuff. What's the name of the resort? And I'm all giddy as a new agent. I'm excited. I'm telling the resort how amazing the trip would be. I have payment plans available. And then they go ghost. Why? Why would they go ghost? Because they're already comfortable booking travel themselves. And that used to upset me because I'm like, okay, then I just did all this research. I put it on your radar. If somebody should get paid, it should be me, right? I mean, the payment is built into the price that you're paying regardless. What I did not understand, right, that if there were people out there like me who have never used a travel agent, I'm going to have this problem a lot. And that's when I decided to equip myself with the opportunity. Remember that same opportunity I told you that was just $19.99, where I could help other people get started, right? So people are going to choose how they do business with you. Either they're going to want to be a consumer. They're going to see your amazing travel deal, the one I talked about, butler service, all that good stuff. They're going to see that amazing travel deal, and they're either going to want to book it with you, or they're going to want to book it themselves. Now, as the smart business owners that we are, why would you not want to equip yourself with the opportunity to service both types of clients? Equipping yourself looks like if someone wants to book a travel deal with me, right, to hook me up with that built-in commission so I can get paid from that resort, that cruise line, that excursion, that tour operator, that car rental service, right? I could book them as a client. Now, if someone wants to book all of these things but do it on their own, I could help them get started. So we all get paid, right? So no matter what type of travel the person is, whether they're comfortable booking themselves or they're looking for a travel agent, you have two standalone businesses where you're able to service either client, right? So that's one of the most frequently asked questions, but that just rolls into the questions about recruiting, because even with everything I just said, somebody still wants to know, do I have to recruit? Short answer, no. Short answer is no. Do you guys care about the long answer? There's really no long answer, right? I already gave you the pricing breakdown. It is your choice, right? And just like I said, 7 years ago when I got started with just being a travel agent because that's all I wanted to do. That's all I understood. After being in the business for 2 years, which I'm sad that it took that long because I probably would have met my travel tribe a lot sooner, right? I realized that people are going to decide how they do business with you, and the best move is to equip yourself with both sides of the business so you could service whoever you are approached with, right? Now, let's get into some more of these questions. It is 3:15. I have about 45 more minutes on here with y'all. I'm here on TikTok. Thank you guys to everybody on TikTok who's been showing love, sharing the live. Maya, I see you. Lisa, I see you. Janelle, thank you. And welcome to everybody who's joining me on Facebook. Come on in, come on in. All right. So what's another frequently asked question that I get? This is one. When I get started, how soon can I book travel? The answer is immediately. Let me walk you through really quickly how it works when you get started. Now, if you're just joining the live, I shared earlier, how do you get started? You get started by going to travelagentworkshop.com. That link is somewhere. If you're on Facebook, it's literally in the comments right there, and you have Ariel268 as the access code. If you're on TikTok over here, it's going to be in my profile, right? Travelagentworkshop.com. You put in the access code. You get free access to the Travel Agent Workshop, which is going to break down how everything works, but it also sends you enrollment instructions. Once you enroll and you pay the enrollment fee, remember, you get to choose. Either you want to become a travel business owner, travel agent on its own, that's $179.99. And if you decide to become a marketing rep, which is an extra $19, that's $199.90 total, right? So you pay your enrollment fee and you get started. Here's what happens next immediately in your inbox. Now, the enrollment takes about 5 minutes. You're literally filling out a form and attaching payment. It's like booking a trip, right? So enrollment takes about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, let's say if you want to read all the fine print, right? Let's say it takes 10 minutes. Within 5 minutes of doing that, so you literally could start your travel agent business in 15 minutes, right? But within 5 minutes of getting your travel agent business started, you hit enroll after you plugged in your information to pay that fee, right? You're going to receive an email with your credentials. Now, what are credentials, right? I cannot assume that everyone who's watching me live knows what I'm talking about. So I'm going to break it down for you really quickly. Your credentials are going to be your unique identifiers for you as a travel professional. Now, when you enroll, remember we have people coming from all walks of life. Some people have never traveled before, right? Some people have been booking travel their whole life extensively, right? So people are coming in with different educational levels. So would you think that it's fitting for you to start and then you're being told, well, you have to sit through this 3-month class. 3-month class on how to book a flight. You have to sit through this 3-month class on how to book a resort, right? If you're someone like me coming in, baby, I already know how to do that. I've been doing it for years. I already know how to book a cruise, right? I booked my first cruise in 2018, a girls trip. I'm still a little, salty about it because I didn't get paid, but I did all the work. But we're not going to get carried away, right? So you get your credentials. These are your unique identifiers. This is what you take to the cruise line. This is what you take to the resorts. This is what you take to the car rental companies. This is what you take to the suppliers who offer activities like cooking classes, ATVs, your boat tour. I can't say boat tours, right? I don't know what just happened. This is what you take to your activity suppliers, right? These credentials are what's going to get you paid. These credentials are what show that you are a legit travel agent, right? So these credentials, you literally get them immediately. So you start with the workshop. The workshop's going to give you not only a full breakdown of how everything works, but you're going to get enrollment instructions. You get started. Within 5 minutes, you get these credentials in your inbox. And these credentials are literally like your gateway to the entire world. You have access to selling the entire world. So to answer that most frequently asked questions, I get my travel agent business started today. How soon can I book travel? Immediately, right? Now, another frequently asked questions is, how does training work? Right? Most people want to know, because remember, people are coming in with all types of backgrounds. I have people who have joined my team. I know this one young lady out of Ohio. She joined my team and she didn't even have a passport. She's never left the United States. She's never booked travel before. But that doesn't matter, because when you come in, you have access to coaching and training, right? I have people on my team who, this one older lady, she's been booking cruises, her family reunions, for years. It hurts my heart for her, because I think about booking all these cabins year after year for her family reunion, with commission already built into the cruise line's price, and nobody's getting paid. Can you imagine coordinating travel for a family reunion, right? Now, everybody know how hectic it could get with getting a family group chat. I know firsthand how hectic it could get to get a family group chat out and actually on vacation. But imagine explaining processing payments to, I don't know, that older aunt who doesn't understand what occupancy levels mean, right? Breaking down pricing, doing all this work, and there's commission built in, and nobody gets paid. The cruise line keeps it, right? But now she's a travel agent on my team, and she's able to get paid. All them cousin trips, those Thanksgiving trips that she's putting together for her family, now she's able to get paid. So we have people from all different walks of life, all educational levels, right, coming in and are able to get their travel agent business started, and they literally have access to selling the world. But what if you're coming in as someone who has no experience, never booked a trip, I don't have a passport, I don't know how you want me to sell Jamaica because I've never been to Jamaica. Well, you don't have to go to Jamaica to sell Jamaica, right? I'm going to make a quick list right now. I've booked a Mediterranean cruise. That's going through Italy, France, and Spain. I've booked Costa Rica. I've booked Belize. I've booked St. Lucia, right? All these places I'm naming, I've booked. I've never been there, right? You don't have to know every single thing about every destination, but we have coaching and training that would show you how to close the deal, how to make the sale, right? How to earn that commission for booking travel, even if you've never been to that specific destination. And what does this coaching and training looks like, right? Now, this is an online business opportunity where you're able to literally work from any device that you have, whether it's a laptop, whether it's a tablet, whether it's your cell phone. As long as you have a device and you're able to get it attached to Wi-Fi, you could work this business, right? So training is going to look like you'll get training resources from our host agency. You'll get trainings from the suppliers. Now, every time I say suppliers, y'all, I'm basically just talking about travel companies, right? Same travel companies that you go online, you put in your information, you search where you want to go, and you make payments. These same travel companies work with travel agents, and as a travel business owner, right, you now have access to be coached and trained by them. Some of these trainings could be let me say 3 different ways. They could be live webinars that they're doing, that they're hosting, right? It could be in-person events that they're doing, or it could be their online training modules. So for someone who's as busy as I am, because if you're just joining, I introduced myself earlier at 3 when I got live. My name is Ariel. I'm a full-time 911 operator, right? I'm also a 911 trainer, all right? I think I need you to understand the scope, because people are usually like, oh my God, you're a 911 operator? That must be so stressful. Being a 911 operator can be stressful, but you know what's even more stressful? Being a 911 trainer. So I'm also a 911 trainer. I'm also in school full-time, right? And I run my own travel agent business in addition to coaching and training others as well. So I have a busy plate. So for someone who's watching this thinking, oh my God, my schedule is so busy, how can I do anything else, right? Now these training modules are meant to help people just like you and me with busy schedules, right? Think of it like Netflix, right? You start a Netflix series and you fall asleep, you stop it, whatever, wherever you stop it, when you turn the TV back on, that's where you're going to find it. So think of the training in that way. My favorite cruise line, right? They have a training modules, and I could go on there. When I log in, I could take the different training modules. They're teaching me how to use their portal. They're teaching me about all their different fleets. They're talking to me about what's coming next. They're talking to me about all their restaurants, what makes them different from all the other cruise lines. They're educating me. So even if I've never personally been on a cruise myself, I'm still educated to offer this to a client. I booked a cruise last year. My dream cruise, a Mediterranean cruise starting in Spain. They went to a bunch of different cities in France and Italy. What? Right? That's my dream cruise. I've never actually been on it myself. But it was a couple. They went on this trip, had an amazing time, and the cruise line paid me a commission. What if I would have sat there and thought to myself, second guess myself, or, speak negatively into oh my God, I never done this before. I've never been here before. How can I do this? Or I feel bad, like I'm sending them somewhere and I've never even been. No. As a travel business owner, you have the support and you have the training, you have the resources available. Now, at any moment, if for whatever reason, right, this cruise line that I booked, I've actually sailed with them before. I've just never been to those destinations. But at any given moment, I remember when I first booked that cruise line, it was for my 30th birthday. Right, it was a whole thing. I had a themed cruise called Balcony Affair, right? And the theme was basically booking balcony rooms, because to know me is to know. If it's not a balcony room, I'm not going. Do not invite me, okay? So my 30th birthday, I went on this cruise line, and the theme of the cruise was Balcony Affair. Prior to doing this, let me tell y'all a little secret. Prior to booking this group cruise, y'all see my voice going down? Is because pay attention, okay? Prior to booking my 30th birthday cruise, I have never done one module of training. I've never booked one cruise on this cruise line. But what did I do? I picked up the phone and I called them. And I'm like, my 30th birthday is coming up. I want to put a group cruise together. Now, with this specific cruise line, they don't call their groups, they call them circles, right? So I told the guy, I want to put a circle together, right? This man stayed on the phone with me for about an hour. Not only did he help me choose a sailing I wanted to go on, he helped me put the rooms on reserve to the side, right? He helped me look at the confirmation for my circle. Look at how many cabins, what each cabin costs per type of cabin. He showed me how much commission I'll make, right? He showed me the concessions I could offer my guests, because, once you have a group, there are different concessions you could offer based on the size of your group. He broke every single thing down for me. When you become a travel business owner and you get access to these portals, you have direct access to these cruise lines, to these resorts, to these suppliers. And when you call them, right, the first thing you're going to hear is, if you're a travel agent, press 1. I mean, somebody left their house this morning, or somebody woke up out of bed, right, if they work from home, to go into work today to help me. That's how I think about it. Because you said, if I'm a travel agent, press 1. That means you're there to help me, right? So over the 7 years that I've had my travel agent business, I've never, ever been afraid to pick up the phone. I said that to an agent one day, and she was like, you could do that? Yeah, you could do that. That's a resource. They want to help you. You're a travel agent. You're bringing them business, so they want to help you, right? So training comes in so many different ways, whether it's you picking up the phone to ask questions or to be coached through doing something, an activity, right? Or it looks like in-person trainings. I can never forget, I think sometime last year, my actual favorite all-inclusive supplier. I'm in Atlanta, and my favorite all-inclusive supplier, their headquarters is in Buckhead. I don't know if anybody on here is familiar with Atlanta. I'm in Sandy Springs, and it's in Buckhead. So it's a city over, right? A city going south towards the city of Atlanta. And they invited me to a lunch and learn, right? Now, within my host agency alone, there are 140,000 plus independent travel agents. They had this lunch and learn, right? And they advised that out of the entire state, they only selected 20 travel agents. They selected 20 travel agents. I'll tell y'all, this is my favorite supplier. I trust them, right? They have the best pricing, right? Oh, every time I look, they have the best pricing. They literally have the best customer service. I know for a fact they're going to take care of my clients. I know for a fact that if I come to them with a lower price, they're going to price match, right? Of course, if it's apples to apples, but they're my favorite supplier. They invited me to their headquarters. Where did they do that at? But out of 140 plus agents just within my host agency, 20 got invited, and I was one of them for in-person training and a rollout to their new groups booking pages. They brought us out to their boardroom, fed us lunch. They had a whole presentation for us. They were looking for feedback from us, right? But that's just another environment, another opportunity, another resource, another way that you could learn as a travel business owner. No matter what your style of learning is. So if you're saying, I'm someone who's hands-on, I don't like looking at the screen too much. That's me, honestly, that's me. I don't like tutorials. I don't like training. I'm already in school. I'm already in school online. I don't want to do any more training online. So I'm more of a hands-on person. I'm more of a log in, play around, right? Put travel deals together, put trips together, and pick up the phone if I have questions. That's me. But you have people who are more like, no, I like to do things at my own pace, right? I prefer the training modules. Then you have people who are like, no, I need somebody actually teaching me. So those in-person trainings, those trade shows, those lunch and learns, those in-person webinars, those work for those type of people, right? Some people are more interactive. Yes, I could watch a video, but I want someone to interact with me. So those live webinars are perfect. What I love about my host agency and their relationships with a bunch of these suppliers is they have weekly standing webinars. So every single week, one of my favorite cruise line, well, not my favorite cruise line, but the cruise line I sailed on first. They have, I think, Wednesday nights. Every Wednesday night, they have a live webinar with my host agency and the agents and the independent agents, right? And what that looks like is a live training, so it's interactive. You could ask questions in the comments. They have a Q&A portion at the end, so you're getting the answers directly from the source. All of this to say, whatever your learning style is, there is an opportunity for you to choose and grow successfully in this travel agent opportunity. The one part that I didn't mention that a lot of people take advantage of is one-on-one coaching. This is what takes it next level, y'all. When you become a travel business owner on my team, now you guys see every single week I'm helping someone. I wonder if I mirrored this on TikTok. Let me see really quickly. It's mirrored. Okay, perfect. Every single week, I'm helping 3 strangers from Facebook, from TikTok, from Instagram, from wherever you are online, get your travel agent business started. And what's included in that is one-on-one mentorship. That looks like not only helping you get your travel agent business started, but actually helping you get set up. Help you get set up. What are the next steps? What do I do next? I keep hearing about niches and specialties. How do I choose a niche or specialty, right? And once I choose my niche or specialty, what suppliers do I work with? And then these suppliers, how do I register with these suppliers? Now, when it comes to putting a trip together, how do I do that? Because I know how to book a trip, right? I know how to go online and go and search my trip and put it together. But how do I present that in a quote to a client, right? When they're ready to pay, how do I process that? What forms do I need? Talk to me about E&O insurance, right? As a newbie coming in, these are the things that you get help with on a one-on-one coaching session, right? Hey, Leisha, welcome in. These are the things that you'd get help with. One-on-one coaching sessions. So now these are coaching sessions I offer to my entire team, whether they are directly to me or not. So if I help someone get started and they help someone else get started, that person also has access to me. Every single month, it is what? Today is, what day is it? I don't know. It's like the 19th or the 18th or something, right? So my entire schedule for February is already posted on my link. So today I'll probably add Marches in the entire month of March. So anyone on my team or anyone connected to someone on my team could schedule their one-on-one coaching session. This week I've been working with agents with how to earn money from their birthday trip. How to turn their birthday trip into a group, whether it's hosted or not. How to turn their birthday trip into a group to earn from something that they're going to do anyway. I love helping the agents on my team put the trip of their dreams together. Put the trip of your dreams together and then invite others, invite strangers. You don't have to host. You could be on your birthday trip. You decide to go to Punta Cana, right? You decide to go to Margaritaville and go get that floating taco bar that they have, that room that has that jetted tub inside of it, all that good stuff. Be at the resort and you book 10 other rooms. You got 20 more people over here that you booked a part of your birthday trip that you're not even here with. But guess what? For those 10 rooms, you're getting paid commission. So I love showing the agents on my team. This is what the coaching sessions are about. This is what the mentorship is about. It's about showing them how they're able to earn commission on what they're going to do anyway. Capitalize on something. You have commission already built in. So let me show you how to get paid from it, right? So these are a lot of the ways I broke down on how training works, whether you're getting training from the host agency, whether you're getting training from the supplier, whether you're getting training, in-person training, or you're getting training from me, your coach, right? And that's one-on-one. Sometimes it's in group settings, because I don't know, everything I do in life, I always like giving presentations, right? So I even do group trainings. The last training I put together was showing my team how to select their niches and specialties. I'm not a big fan of following the crowd. So when it comes to niches and specialties, I don't just go with the regular smegular stuff, groups and, girls trips and stuff like that. I show them how to dig deeper. What is it that you're passionate about? One of the young ladies, she's a motivational speaker, so we tapped into retreats, right? She could put together self-care retreats, workshop retreats, women empowerment retreats, and get paid from doing so. One of the young ladies, she tapped into the religious niches, right? How to put religious-based trips together, religious-type destinations, how to access the training through our host agency. There's so many different things, right? That's faith-based travel. You have travel for special needs. And people who have these different medical requirements, right? Did you guys know that you could do dialysis on a cruise ship? Right? There's so many untapped niches within this industry. Y'all, LGBTQ travel, inclusive travel, right? People who are in the LGBT community don't just want regular smegular destinations. They want to make sure that when I go to this place, I'm not going to be judged. I'm not going to be stoned. I'm not going to be, it's inclusive. So they're looking for specialized travel agents to help them with their travel. People who go on cruises and they have to do dialysis treatment, or they have special types of medication that they have to travel with. They're looking for specialized travel agencies that can help them, right? So many other niches that people don't tap into, like travel for educational travel. Whether somebody is traveling for sports, listen, this is such an untapped, I'm dropping all the tea for y'all today on these lives, right? Y'all over here on TikTok and on Facebook, I'm dropping some tea. Travel for sporting events, for high schools, elementaries, for schools in general, is such an untapped field. And some of them are so easy to get into because it's as easy as, taking your travel business to these schools and getting all of their business. Corporate travel, right? You at your job and you guys go away for training. I know Business 911 does this a lot, where the 911 center sends people away to different cities all over for training. And all they do is you have to put a travel request in and you use a company card. They can't do nothing crazy like book first class flights, but they can book that round trip flight on Delta versus that Spirit or Frontier flight, right? They can book that hotel. These are all things that can be done through your website and you can get paid, right? There's so many specialties and niches to tap into. I tell agents on my team all the time, listen to me. You do not have to follow the crowd. You can create your own niche. What does creating your own niche look like? All right. So let's say I'm someone who loves tea. I love tea. It's crazy because I grew up in Antigua and I can remember my grandmother forcing me to drink tea in the morning. And I used to go outside on the veranda and I used to throw the tea outside because I didn't want to drink it. And then she'll find out, or she'll go, because sometimes it's Ovaltine and it has milk. So when you throw it outside in the dirt, you can see that I threw it outside. And she'll find out and I get in trouble. But now as an adult, I love tea. Like, you talk about a good cup of lemon ginger tea. You talk about every single purse I have right now that I take to work or take on vacation has a tea bag somewhere. Okay? I love tea. So for someone who's as passionate as me for tea, maybe I want to specialize in tea parties. Maybe annually, every year, I want to take a group of people to specific destinations that focus on tea. Maybe I want to go to London and have a traditional English tea party. And this entire trip to London, yes, I'm going to put in some activities that are local to the destination, but the main thing I'm going for is for this London tea party. I can already see it, right? So it's going to be high achieving women of faith. We're going to be in between the ages of 30 and 40, right? And we're going to London. And when we have the main day, let's say we go from Sunday through Thursday. Wednesday is the main event. Wednesday is the tea party, right? And this tea party, we're going to be dressed to the gods, okay? We're going to have a dress code. We're going to have our wide brim church hats, right? We're going to have our elbow length gloves with lace, like whatever it is. Like literally, as a travel business owner, you have full control to create the trip of your dreams. And once you do that, create the trip of your dreams, you post it on social media. How do I know? I've done it so many times. I did it with Bali. Bali was a dream trip of mine. I had full intentions to go on my own. If it turned out to be me going on my own, I would have been in Bali by myself. But guess what? I put Bali together, booked Bali, posted on social media. September of 2025, that's last year, I ended up going to Bali with 27 strangers that I met online. That is the power of this business. That's the power of social media. That's the power of having a business that you could run fully online. Now, if you've been here long enough and any of this information sounds interesting to you, you want to take a look. Maybe you don't know if you're all in yet, right? But you have more questions or you want more information, go to my travel agent workshop right now. If you're on Facebook, Travel Agent Workshop is linked in the comments. It's also in my bio. If you're over here on TikTok, Travel Agent Workshop is linked in my profile. Ariel 268 is how you get access to this workshop, right? Y'all, this was my Wednesday Q&A. I'm hoping you guys enjoy. If you guys have further questions, jump into my DMs. If you guys are ready to get started, I'm helping 3 individuals this week, and this week only, helping 3 individuals get their travel agent business started. If that's you, let's get your name on my list. Congratulations to April and Gilda. They got their travel agent business started last week, and I'm ready to help 3 more. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm about to go get ready for my shift. If you guys have questions, jump in my inbox. If you're ready to get started, go ahead and hit the Travel Agent Workshop, and I'll see you guys.